They keep telling me, well, telling everybody that the Boogaloo Boys or whatever are a far-right white nationalist racist group or something, and they want to foment a second civil war. It seems like what the media has really been doing is taking the worst and most extreme elements of the online discourse and amplifying it to an extreme degree. Now, I know some people on the left would argue that similarly about Antifa on the far left or Black Lives Matter, and there's a fair point to be made somewhere in there that most Black Lives Matter activists are not overt Marxists, many are, and that many leaders are actually quitting because the far left has hijacked the movement. Now, if you want to read all that fake news, by all means, go ahead and do it. If you want to know what actually is going on, take a look at this story. A lot of this information comes from protesters who are on the ground, but check this out. Armed Black Lives Matter activists and right-wing groups come together at Richmond Open Carry March in united show of support for the Second Amendment. Many Boogaloo Boys, many Black Lives Matter activists chanting the exact same things. There's a video going viral showing the Boogaloo Boys, whatever you want to call them, the Hawaiian shirts with the armor, as well as Black Lives Matter activists, fist raised, chanting that white supremacy sucks. So why is it then that we keep getting told by, I don't know, the likes of Vice, that the Boogaloo Boys are themselves white nationalists? These people on the far left, or I shouldn't even say that, the people in the media have a vested interest in keeping you, just constantly freaked out and believing that every single group that is not their ideology is far right or whatever. Let's read the story and see what's going on. And I want to give a shout out to Ford Fisher, who actually covered a whole lot of this and is highlighting a lot of the absurdity that we're seeing in the mainstream press. The story over the Daily Mail says, armed Black Lives Matter activists and right-wing groups came together in Richmond, Virginia on Saturday in a united show of support for the Second Amendment at an open carry rally. At least 200 people, the majority proudly toting rifles, semi-automatic weapons, and other firearms, gathered outside Capitol Square to protest against gun control and the violation of constitutional rights. The rally, organized by activist group Virginia Knights, also served as a memorial for Duncan Lemp, a 21-year-old man who was fatally shot in his Maryland home in March during a no-knock police raid. Whoa. Duncan Lemp? He's a white guy, wasn't he? Black Lives Matter out supporting a memorial for Duncan Lemp? Could it be that, as many people have stated, there are many people, Black Lives Matter or otherwise, who are specifically talking about violations of civil liberties, and the far left is hijacking Black Lives Matter? I believe that is a fair assessment. And that's why it makes me really angry to see a lot of these Black Lives Matter leaders quitting, resigning their positions and saying this. And maybe we need to keep calling this out. Intersectionalism is the big problem. The authoritarian leftists, the Marxist revolutionary types, are not represented by Constitution defending individuals, be it Black Lives Matter or Boogaloo. That's what's really, check this out. Look at this photo. Black Lives Matter. This guy's got a fist raised. One dude has a katana. I guess they're in Virginia. My understanding is in Virginia, you can open carry basically like any weapon. I haven't been there in a long time, but I briefly lived there, and I was told at a weapons shop, you can carry like a broad axe around as long as people can see you doing it. So I don't know what's more dangerous, a giant axe, katana, or a gun. You get some people arguing. This guy said he thinks the katana is a better weapon. In some ways, it probably is. I think it's about utility and versatility. Check this out. You can see the dudes with the Hawaiian shirts and the masks up. You can see American flags, Boogaloo flags, red hats. That's not a MAGA hat, by the way. Some people, I think, are wearing Gadsden flags. Here you can see these guys in Hawaiian shirts. This guy's wearing a mask that says Boogaloo. And they're out here supporting Black Lives Matter. It's not the first time we've seen this. They want to claim the Boogaloo Boys are trying to foment a civil war. Some of them may be. I think the reality is the Boogaloo phrase, or whatever it means, and the clothes they wear, is just meant to signify a group of people who are anti-authoritarian, who kind of expect something to happen. It seems like these guys aren't starting anything at all. They're not trying to start anything. Maybe some people online are, for sure. Quote, this rally on July 4th is to show that gun owners will not be trampled on. We are citizens who demand our Second Amendment rights to be protected by the very people who swore an oath to protect us. Any and all gun laws are an infringement and are unconstitutional, the event read. Duncan Socrates Lemp was our brother unjustly murdered in his sleep under the same laws in Maryland that Governor Northam has signed into law in VA. Organizers said they aim to show Governor Northam that we stand strong as patriots, Americans, and free men and women. Photos showed protesters from both ends of the political spectrum mingling as they exercised their right to bear arms. Among the crowd of guests was Virginia State Senator Amanda Chase, who was running for governor. You know what? I say this all the time. This is not news. It's not. A bunch of Americans walked around one day. Is that newsworthy? Nah. The problem is it's becoming newsworthy because of a lot of these gun laws and because we're supposed to look at this and think it's not a normal part of American life and rights. So what do I see? Well, the most newsworthy thing to me, to be honest, is not the gun march. It's not why I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it because the Boogaloo Boys were demonized heavily by the media, and actually many Black Lives Matter activists were. But if you take out those fringe elements, what do you have? Pro-2A activists, pro-America activists, pro-civil liberties, anti-authoritarian. I can respect that. As long as nobody's getting violent, everything looks good to me, right? All right, great. Actually, let's carry on, huh? Check this out. These are some more photos. Here's the dude. This dude, I gotta say, this dude looks pretty cool, man. I think he's got a sidearm. He's got some weapons in his holster. He's got a katana. I dig it. I watch anime. I like the katana. Sure. These photos are pretty cool too. These dudes, this man and this woman, just armed. They know what they're doing. Look at that trigger discipline. These people know what's up. I respect that. A lot of people here. This guy, I watched a video of this guy with his hat. It's a red hat, says I can't breathe. And he said, I got no beef with these guys. He's like the Boogaloo Boys. He's like, they've given me no reason to be upset with them. Here, man. Check this one out. They say Virginia Senator Amanda Chase, who is running for governor as a Republican, was the keynote guest at the rally. She is pictured arriving with her gun. Well, that's Virginia. Virginia's trying to rescind, they're trying to pull back on rights, right? Check this out. This tweet, I think, really sums things up. The Amazing Atheist tweeted, I'm confused. My understanding was that the Boogaloos want a second civil war and are tied to white nationalism, which doesn't really seem to be true based on what I'm seeing here in this thread. So what gives? It's a tweet from Ford Fisher on July 4th where he said, today, armed Black Lives Matter and Boogaloo protesters joined forces for an open carry rally against police violence and government overreach. He mentions he'll have HD footage up. So if you're not familiar with Ford Fisher's work, you can check out his stuff on Twitter at Ford Fisher. It's Fischer. He responded to the Amazing Atheist saying, I can't speak for what's in their heart or ones I haven't met, but every Boogaloo person I've interviewed has claimed they consider themselves some variety of anti-state, anti-cop, or anti-big government, but universally claim to not have a racial component to their goals. I think that's true for the most part. And that's why I think they get along. When you actually listen to what the Boogaloo people on the ground say, some of them, they do have conservative views. One mentioned that government shouldn't be involved in healthcare. That's not an overtly left-wing or leftist position. It's typically just anti-government. It seems to be a libertarian movement. They believe in their constitutional rights. And while Boogaloo does reference a second civil war, it doesn't necessarily mean these people want it to happen, but that maybe they view it as an inevitability. What's interesting about this the most to me, I keep hearing from these media outlets that they believe a second civil war is coming. And the New York Times writes a story saying, sound crazy, doesn't it? And I'm just like, are you people nuts? I pop up on Facebook. What do I see? Leftists, Antifa, far left activists, Black Lives Matter activists saying that they truly believe something is going to happen. That's the only reason I bring it up. Not because that's it. That's really all I can say. Some people have said that they don't like hearing about it. They don't like talking about it. Don't care. Look, I'm sorry, man. The reality is armed groups are marching around. We see black identity extremists now marching in Georgia saying they want their own country. They want their own land. It's a group of 200 or so people, not the biggest group in the world. But we're seeing this. We're seeing escalation. We're seeing violence. An 8-year-old girl just died. Okay, at the protest site at the Black Lives Matter protest site because an armed group of men shot up a car and killed a little girl. This violence is happening. The violence seems to be escalating, and it seems to be on course to continue until someone stops it. And by someone, I mean, the government. I don't think individuals are going to be able to stop anything. The government needs to step up and force their laws. The problem is the far left is laying siege to the police, trying to get us to defund them. You know what's really interesting about the Boogaloo protesters? At this event, you actually hear the Boogaloo protesters talk about defunding the police or at least demilitarizing them. And I'm like, That's very libertarian. It makes sense. They're on board with defund the police. I'm actually in agreement that police are heavily militarized. What I don't like is that, AOC will come out and say, no. We don't mean just take their funding away. We mean defund them completely. We mean abolish them. It's like, whoa. I'm all about having a police force. I am. I am not a hardcore libertarian anarchist or whatever. I'm actually fairly liberal, though I lean towards the libertarian spectrum. In the end, here's what you got to know, man. I think it's dangerous rhetoric saying, the enemy of the people and all that stuff. But the media, the mainstream media, they don't actually give you the full picture of what's going on. The Boogaloo Boys and the Black Lives Matter protesters were sitting there having conversation. I see them nodding in agreement and they're shaking hands and they're taking photos together, raising fists together. Why would the media try and claim that they're at odds with each other? Maybe it's because they don't want people unified. They want them fighting. Because you know what happens when people come together? They actually target the power structures, the real ones. But I'll leave it there. We'll save that conversation. I got a couple more segments coming up in a few minutes, and I will see you all shortly.